Welcome to Coffee Time with Coach Ja. It's early in the morning. Mike over here on IG talking about he having tea, pancakes, and turkey sausage. Just totally disrespecting everybody else. Shadinia in the building. Totally got everybody else. I drink tea too. I love tea. Don't get me wrong. I love tea. But I don't have pancakes and turkey bacon to go with it right now. I don't have that. And Mike, you didn't have to run that off on us like that. You didn't have to tell us that in this moment is all I'm saying. I'll bring you some Arabic coffee when we get. Yo, listen, Brandy. If you do that, I'll send you the money for. Ain't no biggie. I'll send you the money when you get back. I will send you the money, and you can ship it to me. It's all good. It's all up. I appreciate it. I love it. All I'm saying is, good morning. Welcome into the spot, everybody who's here. I'm on a different thing today. I just feel like I want to. I woke up in a really good mood. I've been up since 5 something. And I went up to use the restroom, and then I just couldn't go back to sleep. I didn't go back to sleep. I took care of what I needed to take care of, and I didn't go back to sleep. I was watching what's that movie? I Stay Away. Just Armageddon. And they was talking about, I don't want your money. I'll ship you your coffee. Oh, excuse me, Brandy. I didn't say you wanted my money. I just felt like, that's the right thing to say and do when somebody is getting something for you. Lady V in the building, what's good? And so I'm going to get my coffee because my Keurig said it's done. Y'all hold on a second. Now, since this is not a runway, it's okay. I can leave it blank for a moment, momentarily. But I just need to have me a fresh cup. It's nice and hot, too. It is what it is. It's going down today. Listen, that is what time I went to sleep. What, Lady V? What was you doing? Being grown? Don't be in being grown. And is your mama in Charlotte? V, let me know if your mama in Charlotte. I went to the restroom and took care of what I had to take care of. Okay. My bad. Maybe I shouldn't have said it like that. Maybe I should have came in with a different way of saying that. Maybe I should have said V, but is your mom's in Charlotte? Your mom, that's my girl. Look, if y'all never met Lady V mother, let me tell you something. Lady V Moms is a straight shooter. She's a straight shooter. She don't even throw jabs. She just come with the right cross, wham, or the right hook, wham, or the right uppercut, wham. Either way, that's what you get with her mom. I love her mother pieces. I was up at 2 a.m. thanks to Miss Parker, praying music all night. Oh, really? That's what was going down. I saw her on live when I closed my eyes. There's something about that hot coffee. It does the work for me. But listen, I woke up and all I wanted to hear was good music. I was listening to Teddy Pendergrass. I listened to Blackstreet. I Can't Get You Out My Mind. Oh, she in South Carolina. Dang. Well, I'll see her next year. How about that? I listened to Carl Thomas. So let me ask y'all this. Let's just jump right into this, right? Yes, me and my coffee, Brandy. Yes. Let's just jump right into this. Tell me, what are some of your favorite when you gotta hear a good singer, right? I'm not talking about this new stuff. I'm not even talking about rap, right? When you gotta hear a good singer, a good song that just gonna get in your soul, right? It doesn't have to be gospel or spiritual music, just R&B, just a great singer. And it can be that if that's what it is. What is your go-to songs? I want to list of these go-to songs, like the songs that's like, oh, listen, when I need to hear music, I'm putting this song on. What are your go-to songs? Because I'm always going to reach for a Teddy Pendergrass. I'm always going to reach for Anita Baker. I love listening to Kim. I love listening to what's my man that passed away. He was in Secret Gardens. James Ingram. Listen. When James Ingram hit that riff, the Isley Brothers, yeah. When James Ingram hit that riff, y'all know the riff I'm talking about because nobody can do that riff like James. James Ingram hit that one riff in all his songs. And when he hit it in Secret Gardens, listen. Oh, my God. Sam Cooke, pick a song. Okay, I ain't mad at that either, Mike. I like listening to, y'all know I like listening to blues, too. David Ruffin. Listen, Mike. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you a funny story about that. When I went through my last bout of depression, right? And Jaheim and Maxwell. Maxwell's one of my favorites. Yes. when I got this tattoo, right? My last depression, can y'all see it? I gotta kind of go to the side, right? I went through a depression and really, really bad, really, really bad. Gotta get my groceries. Okay, get your groceries and come back. Um, I woke up every morning, I was listening to music. And that David Ruffin, um, Walk Away from Love, that song right there. Right, Mike. When James Ingram hit that I wish I could sing like that. With that James Ingram hit that. Nobody in the world can hit that James Ingram. Oh man, man, oh man, oh man. Let me take a sip. Hold on. I need a sip of coffee on that. Jill Scott is one of the few artists that I would love to yes, it's Arabic. Wow, yes, it says Jah Just Live. It is Arabic, yes. Yes. Um James Ingram will hit that song, but I when I woke up every morning, I would play YouTube songs. 100 Ways is dope too. Um, he also remixed I Believe I Can Fly. He also redid I Believe I Can Fly. Did a great job with it. But I would wake up in the morning and I'll play on YouTube, and that would be one of my. I'm telling you, I follow my YouTube because I listen to some dope music on YouTube. And Lenny Williams, yes. Listen, Lenny Williams, J Hud can sing. Yes, Roxanne. J Hud can blow. J Hud can do her thing. I will admit that. J Hud is bad. She's a better singer than Beyonce. I think Beyonce would probably be a better performer, but J Hud is definitely Khadijah in the building. What's good? Never say nobody. Okay. I definitely love Jennifer Hudson. I just think Cole in the building. What's good, Cole? It's been a long time, lady. How you been? Um, I think that one of my favorites to wake up to is that David Ruffin joint. If you don't know it, look it up. But y'all follow my YouTube, my favorites. I got a bunch of mixes, old school mixes that I have on there that just have been amazing. Some of the songs are just amazing, and Lionel Richie is one of the best songwriters ever. Curtis Mayfield, I know people are upset with R. Kelly and not really happy with R. Kelly, but R. Kelly is one of the greatest songwriters you are ever going to hear. One of the greatest songwriters. If you listen to the songs he wrote for other people, his music is dope. Who else could do a Trapped in the Closet series, which was crazy, but it was still dope. I still have to give it to him. Hats off to him. I'm looking at my Facebook. I got my Facebook on my computer, on my phone, so that because I meant to bring my other laptop down to keep it here so I can have it across, but it didn't work. But listen, some of those old school guys and gals too, right? Gals. I like the way I say gals. The music that they played was insane. Was so. It gets down in your gut, down in your core. Jill Scott can sing to me in my bed. Jill Scott can sing to me anywhere. I want to do a joint with Jill Scott. You know who I love? Can't say it's gals. I love Layla Hathaway, and I think you need to listen. You need to see Layla Hathaway live. I might have mentioned this before, but I saw Layla Hathaway, Rashawn Patterson, and Raheem Devon live. Man, amazing. I didn't know Rashawn Patterson could sing like that. That brother could sing. Kelly at his peak was working towards Sam Cooke. Mike, I'm going to agree with you. Once he decided that he was going to get away from starting to do the new stuff, yes, I will agree. He was definitely on that way. He was like, let me do some grown folks music. He was definitely on his way. Tyrese lately, Patty, yes, Patty, if only you listen, when Patty sings If Only You Knew, and she started doing all that church lady stuff and she kicked them shoes off. Woo-wee! God almighty. Yeah, but Sean Patterson is a beast. You know who else can sing from South Africa? He's from South Africa, Jonathan Butler. Now, some of y'all might be young, I might not know who's Jonathan Butler. That brother can sing. He can sing. You know who I like too? Frugal, good morning to you. I like And them new people. What's your boy? With your permission, what's his name? Come and give me that green light. You know what I'm talking about. With your permission, y'all know I can't sing that song. I can't sing it. One of my favorites though. Karina Smiley Blackberry. What's good? One of my favorites though. Is I don't say I'm a fan of many people. Like I said, I'm a fan of Prince, right? I'm a fan of Michael Jackson. I'm a fan of Quincy Jones. I'm a fan of Teddy Pendergrass. Like you have to have a certain, yes, Jonathan Butler. Yeah, we did, Mike. We did. V, what's good? Good morning to you. Miss Josephine, good morning to you too. When I say I'm a fan of somebody, that's because their body of work was well represented. They have some great work, right? Jamie Foxx, I might have said this many times over. I'm a fan of Jamie Foxx. To come from comedy and do the music he's done and listening to how he sings to those chords. He's got a live, like I tell you, follow my E-Baby Poems in the building. What's that? This is Frida. I'm like Friday. Good morning. I'm sorry I messed up your name. It's early. It's early. Thank you for joining in. When you follow my YouTube, look into my favorites. So my favorites, I'll have a lot of my short poems that I put on there just as a reel so people can watch and listen to some of my short poems. But some of my favorites, Ro James, that's his name. And my favorites, there's a classic with Jamie Foxx doing some of his stuff, man. Amazing. Yolanda, what's good? Khadijah, what's good? Yeah, Kim is one of my favorites all time. I don't give a daggone Kim. Hey girl. He say hey girl in every song, right? but you love him or hate him. When he hit that hey girl, you love it. He got the song called Human Touch. Oh, the music is it's beautiful. And so y'all know I'm from New York. Intro was a group that I listened to. Buddy, one of the group members from the group Intro, Buddy lived, and his sister lived a block away from me. His sister was beautiful too. Hazel was beautiful, but he was in the group Intro. I can listen to Intro's for both of the albums back to back with no problem. In fact, I got them downloaded on my in my iTunes. Intro, their albums. Oh my gosh, Kenny died. The lead singer, he died, and I wish they would have came back. Yes, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Come on with the elements. Mike, you got to listen to both of their CDs. They did Miss Betty in the building. Good morning, Miss Betty. They did Ribbon in the Sky. Listen to Intro's version of Ribbon in the Sky. They did a great job with that. And then one of my groups, Men of Vision. I don't know if y'all remember Men of Vision. That was Spanky and them. Spanky was a friend of mine. Spanky actually, anyway, I knew him from Brooklyn. I'm putting people's business out there. I knew him from Brooklyn. Very good friend of mine. Spanky, I think he's doing gospel stuff now. I heard he's in Charlotte, but I can't find him. I don't know where he at. And he's under the alias. But Spank was an amazing. When I heard Men of Vision's first album, and if y'all not sure, they did that song Housekeeper. In the morning. Ja spelled the like intros. Right, but no S. Intro, right. Housekeeper. Y'all listen to that song by Intro. I mean by Men of Vision, one of my favorites. When that CD before that CD came out, Seven Soul, good morning to you. Before that CD came out, I already knew all the songs because my ex was good friends with Spank, and they had all of his stuff. And just to see the genius in Spanky, man. Spanky could sing, he played, he was a writer. He did all the backup songs. He did a lot of stuff himself before the group even had to do a lot of stuff. But they were another dope group of mine, man. So Adele will definitely have you in your feelings. Adele, her voice she's amazing, but it's so depressing, whatever she's gone through, right? But her music. Ramadan, good morning to you. Carla Blackberry in the building. But Adele will have you in your feelings, man. Adele have you crying, sitting there drinking a whole bottle of wine or gin or something. Intro's Rhythm in the Sky. The voices was slick on the harmony. Yeah, they harmonized very well. I don't know who. Tara, what's good, mama? Yes, And Tara, when you speak to Spanky, you tell Spanky that he need to call me. I wish you was here, Tara. I'm going to the studio this evening. You should have been here. Well, I didn't tell you, but you probably had to work anyway. But Mike, that's why I wish you was here, because me and Wes, we're going to the studio tonight at 6. We got to lay something down. We're working on this documentary joint, and yeah, we getting ready to do some stuff tonight. So yeah, it would have been good. It would have been good. It would have been good. I'm trying to see. Oh, yes, happy almost New Year. Right. India Ari, listen, Atlantic Star, Nat King Cole. Come on, Khadijah, you know what it is, mama. I like listening to, well, y'all know one of my all-time favorites is Donny Hathaway. Yeah, if you don't listen to Donny Hathaway, everybody knows a song for you, right? Everybody knows that song. But when you listen to oh, he's got so many hits. And my uncle told me that he went to go see him at Radio City Music Hall when he did that live CD. Man. Happy birthday. Shout out to my youngest daughter today. Yes, Ramadan. Happy birthday to that queen. Yes. If my Jets wasn't jacked up, I would be there. It's all good, Mike. This won't be the last time. In fact, y'all know that we're getting ready to start raising these monies for so we can move into our place. I definitely need stuff for my place now, but we're gonna have our own studio and things like that. So there's gonna be ample time for us to have studio. I will text him for you today. That's what's up, Tara. I appreciate it. Because you said he's here, so I need to find him. Got some work, and especially with this new project I got coming up, I would love to see what he thinks about it, if he'd be interested in doing some things with me. But yeah. And Tara, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you about 2 o'clock, something like that. Or call me when you're free around that time, 1 or 2. If you're free, give me a shout. If you're still on here, please do. But yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you what kind of bothered me when I was listening to all this music. Listening to around this time of year when we were younger, right? We'd be prepared to hear the countdown of the top 100 songs of the year, right? Counting them down. And like now, I don't know. Right, I forgot you're going to Florida. I'm so jealous. But cool. I'll call you if you don't call me, because I know you're driving. But I remember sitting around and you're waiting for the top songs of the year. Yeah, you were made for me. Go ahead, Mike. Mike, I know you know all the songs. I know you know all the joints, bro. But we used to sit waiting for all of these joints, right? And now it's like, what are we doing? I don't even know the new songs that are out. I don't even know them. The top 100 songs of the year used to be, we would look forward to it. I don't even watch award shows. I don't even know when the last time I watched an award show, they had all the dancehall artists on there. And I think I watched the replay. I wondered why they didn't have Shaba on there, and Shaba didn't do it. And I kind of don't blame him. Bob Marley, let's just do a history check. Bob Marley brought reggae more commercial across the world than anybody else. It was because of Bob Marley that the entire world really embraced reggae music. That was a Bob Marley thing. There was a whole lot of other reggae artists, but it was Bob Marley who made, and the Wailers, they made reggae music a global music, right? And so when you talk about dancehall music, there's a difference between reggae and dancehall music. Most of the stuff that you're listening to, that you love, the Sean Pauls, the Buju, the Beanie Man, that's not reggae music. That is dancehall music, right? Good morning, Beverly. And so dancehall music had taken a toll, but Shabba Ranks is the one that really put it on that commercial level. He was the first dancehall artist to do songs with big time artists, like Johnny Gill and who else Shabba did work with. But even hip hop artists, even Supercat. But this was a time in when dancehall music started to flourish. But in the 90s, before the Pepper Seed and before all of those other rhythms started coming out, Shabba was the one that pushed everything. Everybody knew Shabba. You might not have known who Beanie Man was if it wasn't for Shabba. You might not know who Buju was if it wasn't for Shabba, in a sense, right? Eventually, you would have learned them, but it was easier because of what Shaba did. And Shaba felt like Maxi Priest. Man, listen, I could listen to Maxi Priest all day. Maxi Priest has a golden voice, but Shaba came out. Uh-oh. Shaba came out and really made dancehall go to another level. And people, Shaba felt like they should have given him a largest base on, I think it was Soul Train Awards. It was one of them. Felt like they should have given him a bigger base. They should have, and I believe so. I believe that was something that they should have done. They should have given him a lot more room to have his own set because of the songs. I can probably say, give me 5 songs from Shaba. Anybody can do that. That doesn't even really follow any of the Caribbean music. They could do that. And greetings to you too, Nina. I think Shaba should have had that. But anyway, he opened up the floodgates for that, and I thought that they did him wrong. But that was the last time I looked at a award show. It was the last time. Yes, Bob Marley was the king. Buju I knew due to local radio here. Right, because you in DC, right. So like the bigger cities, they would get it, especially North Sea. Mr. Loverman, that was one of my favorites too. But Shaba, if you can, if anybody's in here, list the American artists that Shaba worked with before they started actually letting actual artists work with Caribbean dancehall artists, and Shaba beats the top of the list. He kind of opened the door for that, and so I think they should have given him more time. I think that would have been great to do that. It would have been right. It would have been right. Canvas Dolls in the building. What's good? But all the songs that y'all love, that are dancehall. Brethren, what's up, brethren? All those dancehall songs that y'all love would have not been to that point had it not been for Shaba. Even Patra, she would have not been to that level. Definitely whole Living Color segment on Shaba, Mr. Ugly Man. Right, listen, that whole segment that they did on Shaba showed you how great he was. He was the catalyst for dancehall music into mainstream. I'm looking for the top 100 poems. Wits, let's do a live. We ain't gonna have time today. We might could do it tomorrow. Maybe we could do a live tomorrow, and we can tell people to say the top 100 poems and poets that they heard throughout the year, and we could do a live on New Year's Day. Let's do that, Brethren. We can do that. We can do that. But like I said, I listen to. I probably can't even name all the dancehall and reggae artists that I listen to, but there's so many that some of you may not even know. And I go back to Nitty Gritty. I go back to Papa San. I go back to old time and reggae, John Holt. I go back to then, Freddie McGregor, and some of these artists y'all may not know, but I grew up to this music, so it's not a thing for me. And it's funny because I was born here. I was born in the United States. I was born in Brooklyn, New York City, and I didn't know that I had a Caribbean last name. In fact, one of the biggest plantations in Jamaica is where they said my last name come from, Small. So I had no idea that's why I was probably so connected to this music, because it's in my bloodline. Right, Yellow Man. In fact, when I moved to Charlotte, I want to say the second summer I was here, I saw Yellow Man. They brought Yellow Man here. Yellow Man used to kill it, man. He used to kill it. And I wanted to bring, like, when we was doing the Caribbean joints here, I wanted to bring Freddie McGregor here, Dennis Brown. I couldn't because he passed already, but some of my favorites. Imagine saying, listen, I'm bringing Gregory Isaac here. I tell you who they did bring here. My man C's brought Junior Reed here. It was good to see him. I remember what's my man name? Everybody's going crazy over, but he didn't show up. But they brought a couple of artists. Spraga Benz has been here. What's your boy name? Who my homegirl Jamie Love? I can't think of his name. But yeah. Who that smooth ballad singing brother? It's either you're either talking about Beres Hammond or you're talking about Gregory Isaac. Those are the two smoothest ones that everybody are familiar with. It's got to be Beres. Listen, as soon as I say it, there we go, putting Beres up in the feed. Beres Hammond. If you don't even really know a lot about reggae or dancehall music, go to YouTube, type in Beres Hammond's greatest Beres Hammond, and you will find a way. It will marry you. Dennis Brown is yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know Gregory's dad. I know Gregory's dad. But I'm saying when I wanted to bring, here it was I wanted to bring them. We didn't have the group set up to bring them. Some of the artists that I wanted to bring, but I wish I could have bring. Gregory Isaac would have been one that I wanted to bring. But yeah, if you type in Beres, listen, yes, Beres is the baby maker. He is the baby maker. Yes, you gonna make some babies on his music. But Dennis Brown has always been one of my favorites. And Dennis Brown has the Overproof album. I sing that all the time. I sing that Overproof album all the time. He's got some joints on there. Man, so like I said, where I'm from, right? We used to come outside in summertime, the block parties, and you'll have speakers set up the length of 2 cars, right? Length. And the speakers are stacked up to right underneath the 2nd floor window of an apartment building. And I'm telling you, hear it blocks and blocks away. And the bass be so serious, you can't stand right in front of the speaker because it messes with your heart. That's where I come from. And we were young, and that's the kind of music we listen to. That's the kind of how we would, so being in East New York, King Custom, King Addy Sound, Turbo Digital, Fergo Digital. We had our own sound, Rude Boys International, and we used to, because I used to select back then. That's how I really got. That's when I started learning to really, because I blend music, right? I wasn't one of those choppy people that chop the music and cut it off. I used to blend. Right, you feel that kind of bass in your soul, and if you're not used to it, you can't stand right there in front of that speaker because it does something to your heart. It's just that, Peter Tosh, yes. There's so many. I want to do, and maybe I can do it on YouTube and it won't cut it off. But I want to do let's just play some music that people don't know. I'm gonna learn you some music, right? I'm not gonna teach you. I'm gonna learn you some music. We had some of the greatest, the '90s era. So I'm gonna go 80s. King Custom is legendary. Yeah, I'm gonna go 80s and 90s. I'm gonna go 80s to 90s. So from the 80s to the 90s, we'll stop at 2000, right? If I go there, I'm going to crash any kind of music you bring up for the rest of your life. That was the best time of music all around, from hip hop, reggae, dancehall, house music, ballads, because old school had it too, right? I'm not gonna say like before then they had a bunch of love songs too. I'm not knocking them out. But I think that 80s and 90s era was the most magnificent era of all across music. And you are not going to get better than that from that era. Stone Love, listen, when I first saw Rory from Stone Love is a sound out of Jamaica. When I first heard Rory it was 87, 89. And Stone Love was at Biltmore Ballroom. When I'm telling you, they put it down, they put it down. In fact, on Instagram, you can go back and put in Stone Love Sound Clash 87, 1987, 89. You are going to be amazed at some of the stuff that you're going to hear, some of that music. And you had Sister Charmaine. Oh my gosh, there was so many. Supercat was another one. Supercat was major. Supercat used to run a Major Macro. What's my man? Boro Banton. Like y'all taking me way back, man. This was when got a lot of sleepers I can hurt you with from the 80s. Right, the 80s will hurt you bad. The 80s will, like I said, the 80s and 90s, that era, right? Starting in the 80s, ending in the 90s. Sister Charmaine, right? Right, Heavy Supercat and Heavy D did a dope one. Actually, Supercat did one with Puffy, Biggie, and all of them too. That was another joint that was a hitter. The 80s and 90s era of music is unmatched. I don't know what happened. I don't know how The 2000s ended up someplace else, but the 60s and the 70s were good too. Oh, listen, Ms. Josephine, the 60s and the 70s is the only reason why the 80s and the 90s could have been so, because the 60s and 70s had the bar so high that you couldn't even, you had to be the absolute best in order to get a deal because of what the 60s and the 70s set forth. Yes, absolutely, without a question, without a question. Who else is in the building? Don Paisley's in the building. Waffle, what's up, cousin? On Facebook. Yeah, but the 60s and the 70s raised the bar so high that you couldn't be lame coming in. Not like now. Not like now. Yeah, Miss Betty, listen, I'm not knocking it, but I was born in the early 70s. I was born in the early 70s, very early 70s, right? So I didn't have that luxury to grow up in the 60s and 70s, but I grew with that music because my mother played it. My mother always had an 8-track, and I used to play that 8-track. Now, for all of y'all that don't know, Mike, Miss Josephine, Miss Betty, y'all gonna know this. You remember the 8-track used to be the one that had the program button, and you skip the song by hitting the program button and you skip to the next song. Y'all remember that? 8-track was about this big, and you stick it in that thing. It was like looked like almost like a movie film. It's about the size, and you hit the program button and skip songs. And that's when I learned Frankie Lyman, Shy Lights, the Stylistics. I learned so much of oh man, the Bee Gees, and all those songs that I learned growing up. The Delphonics. Who else am I missing? God Almighty! It's so many that I can run through, and I'm missing way too many of them. But yeah, listen. No, I'm ready, Mike. I'm ready. Listen, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Think about it. The most when did James Brown start his career? When did Ray Charles started his career? I love listening to Ray Charles. When you listen to Ray Charles music, you know, I hated 8-tracks. They always cut to the next track in the middle of the best song. Listen, I've even worked with the Reel to Reel. I've had the Reel to Reel. I've been on the Reel to Reel before too, where on the Reel to Reel you can actually, that's what the two big wheels that spin. It looks like the movie projectors, the two things that when you just wrap the joint around like that, and you got to place it in the thing perfectly, wrap it around the other one, you pull that one back, and then you can play it. Yeah, even that. I'd like to have one of those right now. I mean, they don't use them now, but the sound is different. Curtis Mayfield. Yes. 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 If you don't know who Curtis Mayfield is, don't even worry about it. YouTube will do you wonders. Go on YouTube, type in Curtis Mayfield greatest hits, and just sit back and relax. Sit back and relax. In fact, when you listen to, I watched Quincy Jones documentary several times. I really enjoy it. There's a lot that you learn of what people done. Reel to Reel was a CD and Blu-ray before they invented that Reel to Reel. The ADAT machines and all of those things I learned about a lot of different stuff that I learned in the studio. We had a Reel to Reel, awesome sound. Yes, that sound from the Reel to Reel was the best you can get. Now CDs, when CD came out, the digital world began. It was crystal. It was really sharp, right? The music was really sharp and it was clear, but it doesn't give you that sound like the Reel to Reel sound. It wasn't a sharp sound, but it was a full sound, right? So it's kind of like you make a sandwich and you just put mayonnaise and you put your cheese and your meat on it. That was here. But then when you start putting the lettuce, tomatoes, and the avocado, a little salt and pepper and all that, that's what the Reel to Reel sound was like. It gave you the full thing. And then what the CD is, the CD just made it so sharp that you almost taste it before you get it in your mouth. William Brown, good morning to you. Happy end of the year, brother. Thank you for tuning in. I hate that I miss your show every day. William Brown has a show that comes on the Empowerment Duo Network right after me. And if you have a time, please check in on my man, William Brown, and check out his show. I know he's replaying and revisiting what has been going on for the time that he's starting his show. And so when you get a chance, please check in and check his show out. It starts right after mine. It's right on Facebook on the Empowerment Network, Empowerment Duo Network. So please check him out when you get a chance. The 8-track, yeah. Good morning, Poet Sunshine. E. Cole in the building. What's good? But yeah, just thinking about like I said, I woke up with music on my mind, music on my brain, and I can't begin to tell you um, how amazing music has been in my life. The instrument music has always been in my life. I would not be who I am without music. My mother is a music lover. My mother still has a record player in her home. My youngest brother has a record player in his home. And you can't even I remember at one point in time, um, record players, Technique 1200s was in store go for $50. $50. Nobody wanted them. $50. Now they back up to $200 at least, 250, something like that. It went full circle, and it was crazy to think about. Technique 1200s going for that kind of money. If I was in the music, I definitely would have gotten some then, but I wasn't DJing at the time. In fact, I lost a lot of my DJ equipment right after I got shot up. They didn't get the music, but in the transition of moving and stuff like that. If I'm not mistaken, when I ran through the house when I got shot, when I went to the house to go into the restroom, look at my face and stuff. Actually, blood was shooting out of my face, and blood actually shot on my mixer. I remember having to clean up my turntable, and it got caught up because I was actually DJing. It got caught up in the needle because it was on the record that was still spinning. So I lost a great deal of my equipment when they shot me like that. But anyway, we're not gonna revisit that. But I totally miss spinning and two Technique 1200s and a Numark. Okay, listen, Mike. I remember, and I said this to y'all before. I remember learning how to mix to Drummer's Beat. If y'all that don't know that song, go on YouTube at some point today and search Drummer's Beat. The song's with Let's Dance. Let's dance to the drummer's beat. Let's dance. That I learned how to mix on that. And man, listen. Yes, D Librarian. I have the story's coming. The story's coming. I've talked about it. I have what I need to begin the process of actually putting it down and doing some things with it. So yeah, the story's coming. I'm expecting to have a documentary movie kind of thing, a biopic or something from it. So that's coming. I just gave my big brother a Star Wars 45. It was a symphony soundtrack of the score. Wow. Yeah, man, that's probably worth some money right now. My dad had a reel to reel. Yeah, that reel to reel, I'm telling you. Because of my mom, I love Frankie Beverly and Mays, Earth, Wind and Fire, Stanley Johnson. Yeah. I think there's not a household in the United States that doesn't know who Frankie Beverly Mays and Earth, Wind and Fire is. That's just a given. That is just a given. And it's sad that I did a workshop a few years ago in high school, and the kids did not know who Anita Baker was. I did not. Yes, rid of me. I'm working on that. It's all good. They did not know who Anita Baker was. Kool & the Gang, yeah, Kool & the Gang. And I felt like maybe I can get a pass if they didn't know the old heads were. Anita Baker should not have been somebody that they did not know. And I wonder, like, who are your parents and what do they listen to? So I'm figuring their parents must be really, really young. I'm an 80s baby, but I love music from the old school. Yes, old school music has so much of a story behind it. And then when you look at, that's why movies like the Five Heartbeats and the Temptation movies really last and make a mark within people because of, it really shows how they had to live. There's a Five Heartbeats when you go, I've got nothing but love for you, baby. When he hits that part, yeah, I tried it. When he hits that bass in the tunnel like that, oh man, your whole spirit just automatically stands at attention. You sit here like, wow. And to just reliving those moments, right? Look at the Temptations when they were going through what they were going through and had to stomach people leaving, and ain't nobody came to see you, Otis. All of those things, and then just the different back and forth and how they had to fight and people trying to steal their music and all that. The Dells, yes, the Dells, absolutely. They had a rough time in music. And not that they don't have a rough time now, it's just different. It's just different. You know, the hanging out, the window part from Heartbeats, it's a true story. Really. I thought it might have been, but I didn't know. It was Jackie Wilson. Wow. I did not know that, but I could believe it. I could believe it. I could believe it. Which is why I like listening to Ray Charles and Barry White. I wish I could share this story, but there's a hip hop legend who was signed to a situation, and there was a major artist who had been in the game for some time, and he told them, "Don't trust none of these motherfuckers." Just like that, coming in the office. I can't put it out there who it is. Y'all find out when the movie comes out. But man, that was such an amazing moment to hear a great telling the same thing. But that's just how it was, man. And it's still like that now. It's very, very dangerous getting into this game and not knowing what it is. Quincy Jones documentary, he said it would, yes. That Quincy Jones documentary, we should do like a watch party and watch that Quincy Jones documentary. The people he's worked with, and I did not know Frank Sinatra and Quincy Jones never had a signed contract, and Frank Sinatra just held up his end of the deal. He never wrote a contract. He said, "This is what we're going to do, and this is what he's going to pay him," and never reneged on that. And Frank Sinatra, what they call him, old blue eyes. Frank Sinatra is the reason that black people, black artists are performing in Vegas. He opened up the door for that. Frank Sinatra. And would not have known that if Quincy Jones had not said that. It's really interesting to learn of all of the big name art actors, actresses who auditioned for that movie. I would wonder who those people might have been, right? Yeah, they said Frank Sinatra was a freak of his time, and he was just a really good dude. And that some of what he done for black entertainers to be able to be in Vegas was amazing. So yeah, hats off to Frank Sinatra. Quincy Jones said he still has a ring, Frank Sinatra ring that he gave him that he still has and that he wears all the time. I didn't know Quincy Jones was that ill. Like they kept that on the raps, I guess. Like this wasn't really big in the media, which was good because people don't need to know that. Otis is the last man standing. Well, Mike, I'm gonna tell you, that Otis Redding and Sam Cooke and those soulful voices like that we don't have today. In fact, there's a group that came out recently, Blackberry in the building. There's a group that came out with a song recently that says, "Can I Call You Rose?" Go on YouTube and put in "Can I Call You Rose?" It's a new song, just came out right before the pandemic. And you would swear that these was old school people. You would swear that these was old heads. But man, oh man, oh man, oh man. You know, it's funny, like people give me a lot of I'm not gonna mention that because y'all gonna talk about me. Comedian Stefan in the building. Don't forget we're going to check out Stefan right after this. I like when he pop in because he's gonna say something funny and silly and then he's gonna pop right back out. But we go over to Comedian Stefan page on IG and on Facebook. And we go over there and he prayed for everybody and play some gospel music and we talk. We just fellowship for a while, but yeah. Oh, Otis Williams you talking about. Okay. Listen, I watched oh my gosh, what's the name who the high pitch singer with that got really sick. Come on, Mike, you know what I'm talking about. He got sick and he did that last performance. It was really sad. Oh gosh. Jimi Hendrix. No, Jimi Kendrix, right? I think that's his name. And I watched how they said how he performed the last time he wasn't doing well. It was the last time he performed. That hurt. What hurt me too when I watched the Bob Marley documentary. And they talked about the last time Bob Marley performed, and he performed, and the last performance he did, that he almost, it looked like it was like they don't know how he made it through this last performance, but the last time he performed was really, really, it was touching, man. It was heart wrenching to see that. Eddie Kendrick, there you go. It was touching to see that he had to stomach that, right, and go through that. We don't never know what people are going to go through, right? But just to see him actually survive that, man, was. Yeah, that hurt me after seeing that again. It hurt me seeing Prince go through what he went through. that they, because they killed Prince. That wasn't they killed him, man. There's no way he was that sick and did a one man concert in what you call it. Kendra in the building. What's up, Kendra? We've been blessed to actually see great music and wonderful artists in their prime. We got to keep them alive through our children. My youngest daughter loves Parliament. Wow, that's interesting. That's instrumental. That's interesting. I want to hear right. The Sacred Souls. Listen, Mike, I'm telling you, the Sacred Souls. Can I Call You Rose? Everybody who's on here, go on YouTube and search the Sacred Souls, and their song is "Can I Call You Rose?" It came out right before the pandemic hit. Man, when you hear that song, I don't want to play it because I don't want them to knock the whole video off. But you gotta hear that song. Matter of fact, I'm posting that on my page today. I don't care. I'm posting on my page today. It's going down. I'm posting on my page. Mike, I told you, man. And you would think, look at when it came out. You would think that was old school. You would think that was the 70s. You would think that was the 70s. It reminds you of like the Delphonics era, the Shylights and all that. Yeah, Smokey. Yeah. It reminds you of that old feel, the music and everything with the horn section. Listen, man. If your name is Rose, you need to play that song. And fellas, if you meet somebody that you like, go old school on them. Send them. Don't get in their DMs with your naked pictures, fellas. Send them that move. Send them that song. Can I Call You Rose? They're gonna be, oh, okay. Let me see. Maybe. Don't get in the DMs with nothing funky. Get in the DMs with that song, with some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah. Man, I'm happy for this day. Audrey, welcome to the room. Thank you for coming and checking us out this morning. Old school music tells you a story, makes you feel that, yes, old school music will definitely take you to the place that they were in when they wrote it. It's kind of like what we do with poetry. I want to take you to a place, and old school music takes you to a place. Now everything's just bumping and grinding and shaking what your mama gave you and twerking and all of that. And it's just not good. It's not good. Oh, they're Hispanic, Mike? I didn't know that. I didn't research them. I didn't know that. There are a few new artists that keep the spirit and soul of R&B alive. Not many, but enough to keep their ears open. And so, like I said, there's some. Can I say forward it to me? Yes, Kendra, I'll forward it to you later. You have to remind me, but because I can't do it now. But I'll send it to you. You got to remind me though. There are some singers that are still out there, right? That I definitely can sing. A lot of the content now I don't like. A lot of content I can't rock with. Hold up. The middle section when they break it down and he does the spoke. Listen, Mike, I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. My skin is very sensitive, and I brushed up against something and it's really irritating me. So I don't want y'all to think I'm dirty when I'm rubbing my back. But I'll send you the song now. Yeah, Mike, send that song to her because she need to hear that. That song. Now, when y'all hear it, remember who told you about it. And listen, I got some songs for you. If I go down my list of songs that I play all the time, I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, yo, Ja definitely got some songs. I'm telling you. Of course, I got Donny Hathaway all in my joints. Donny Hathaway music is all over all my playlists. That's just what it is. There's no way that's not gonna be in my playlist. Donny Hathaway music is always gonna be somewhere. Believe that. Bleed it, like they say down south. Always over all any playlist I have is gonna be some Donny in it. I'll read some off for y'all just so y'all know what's good. Let's see. Layla Hathaway, Forever and Always. So Donny Hathaway, we could just go through those. A Song for You. For All We Know, Mike said that earlier. Little Ghetto Boy. Although Mike said You Were Meant for Me earlier. Denise Williams, Silly. Y'all know that song, obviously. Donny Hathaway, I Love You More Than You'll Ever Know. That song right there, man. Lisa Fisher's song I have on a playlist too. How Can I Easily Pay? Because that's one of the songs you got to have, right? Donnie, good morning. Terrence, what's good, bro? Carla, what's good? Good morning to you. Let's see what else we got on here. A Love of Your Own, Average White Band. Y'all better know that song, right? Hall & Oates, Smile. If you don't know that song, hang up right now. Will Downing and Rachelle Farrell did a song. Nothing has ever felt like this. Listen, if you don't know that song, I'm telling you, you need to go check that out, right? Let me see what else I got on this list. Joe Sample and Layla Hathaway, When Your Life Was Low. Listen to me. When Your Life Was Low, come on. Leela James, Fall For You. If you don't know that song, y'all better be writing this list down. Write this list down. Lisa, there's a documentary about backup singers. Wow, is it, Mike? Listen, send me that information, Mike. I want to check that out. Leela Hathaway again, Rachelle Farrell, Waiting. Chico DeBarge is my boy. So I listen to Love Still Good all the time. That's one of my favorites. Donny Hathaway again, We're Still Friends. You know what I'm saying? Anything Anita Baker, you're going to run through too. I got James Ingram, I Don't Have the Heart. James Ingram, I Don't Have the Heart. If you don't know that song, listen to me. Go and get it. Look at it now. There's No Easy Way, James Ingram. Let Me Love You This Way, James Ingram. Like I said today, I Believe I Can Fly. Always You, James Ingram. Lionel Richie, we can go through Lionel Richie all day long. Truly. Say You, Say Me. Stuck on You. Still. 3 Times a Lady. I mean, you could just go down the list. Listen, I got songs for days for y'all, man. I got lists for days. And y'all, let me see. Yes, Al Green too. Come on, Blackberry. Talk to them about Al Green. They'll know what we're talking about. I listen to Jamie Foxx stuff all the time. Jill Scott all the time. Liana LaHaves, I don't know if y'all familiar with her. Liana LaHaves, I listen to her too. She's got some stuff that's really sad too, but I listen to her all the time. Of course, Prince. Come on, y'all know Stevie Wonder. Of course, man. I got some songs. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I got some songs. Blues. We can go through blues all day. It's just so much classics, y'all. We should do a verses just for your fans. Let's merge listen. You know what? We can do that. Jeffrey Osborne, yes, Jeffrey Osborne. I got a joke about Jeffrey Osborne, but I can't share it right now. Which they're talking about your boy Jeffrey Osborne. I'm not gonna tell you how to joke. I'm not gonna tell you how to run a joke. Mike, hit me up after the show. I'm gonna tell you to run a joke about Jeffrey Osborne. But yeah, man, I still love listening to Etta James stuff. If you listen to that era, D Blessed, good morning to you. There are so many. I think that's what I'm gonna do one day. One day I'm gonna come when I go into so y'all know I got the position. Actually starts tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be officially the artist in residency at the Center of Faith. I am officially the artist in residency there. Very excited about that, even though I may not look like it right now, but it's all good. It's all love. I am super excited about that. One of the things that a lot of artists would like to have is to have that on their resume. A lot of artists have not had that. You have to be nominated for the position, and then people have to vote you into a position. And so there were people that I was actually in competition with, if you would, but I was actually I was offered the position. They voted me in, and so I'm very excited about it. I said the movie info to your phone. Okay, bro, appreciate it. And I move into that position. Actually, tomorrow, the first day. I was going to go in tomorrow just to walk inside, but I don't think I am. I have some other stuff that I have to do and work on some things. So I don't know that I'll do that tomorrow, but I might. I don't know. But definitely on Monday, regardless of what's happening, Monday I will be walking in. I will be doing a live from where my space is. And I'm excited about it. I can't wait. Thank y'all. All y'all that supported me, that prayed for me, that continue to pray for us and continue to support what Granny's Boys are doing. Respect to my slam. We're on to some things that we're doing this year. Just so y'all know how much time I got. Okay, cool. A few more minutes. And so what I'm planning to do right now, we're doing, because we got to build up some funds for what our next project is. We're going to do some raffles. I'm doing a raffle for each one of the, for Granny's Boys, for Respect to Mike Slam, also for One Dope Poet to Another. And I'll explain all that stuff. Me and Witz are going to do a live and talk about that. Y'all also know I'm part of Ain't Right Tribe. That's my crew. That's my family. Ain't right, but we still here. Y'all know that's my fam. We got some major things going on. I just hit Moody up yesterday. We talked yesterday about some things. I can't wait for these things to happen. And I'm asking you all just to continue to support. The one thing I ask people to do, if nothing else, is help support by sharing the page, sharing the feed, and asking people to subscribe to the channel, because that's how we get the word out. And like, if 5 people can do one thing, one person out of them 5 will be able to do something more than the other person, and so on and so forth. So instead of saying, hey, we want your money, give us some money, what we're going to do, we'll have merchandise, and we're going to have some raffles so people can actually raffle off and win some things. Now, mind you, just so you know, in February, there will be 4 books released with my name on it. 4 books. There's going to be the masterclass book is going to be released. The veterans books that Wits and I are doing together for the veterans. There's my the book for my baby girl who's being born. I can't finish that until she's here, in case I have a poem or 2 I want to do on the day that she comes. And then after that, we're going to be doing Miss Betty. I don't know. I got to talk to AJ. I hadn't talked to him yet. I'm gonna call him after we finish. I'm gonna call AJ and find out. I will definitely let you know. After that book, I have a new book that I'm coming out. It's called Can I Poem for You? And it's all poems, love poems and erotic poems, and some love haikus and some erotic haikus, all written by yours truly, me. And I'm going to have that out all in February. And so February, I'm coming at you strong. In June, by the time National Poetry Month gets here in April, we're going to have a whole different a slew of things happening. We're going to parade with some things. Mr. Wits has some things under wraps. The project that we're working on today, I think it's going to drop. Well, I don't know. I can't say. The project that we worked on today, we're going to the studio with today, is going to drop. Yes, February is going to be so awesome. Mr. Wits and I are going to also do a few. We're gonna do some reading from the books that we have. It's going to be on Zoom because obviously there's going to be it's going to be a question and answer series. We're going to put all the information on June so that now you could, yes, Miss Betty, love and erotic poems. We're going to put it on the Zoom, and I may take it from Zoom and upload it on YouTube, but it will be on Zoom. It will be paid. It will be, you have to buy a ticket to get in. And we're doing that because, again, we have a lot of things that we have to do within this time. And I don't think y'all mind paying for Wits and I to read from my book, and then we can actually share stories, and y'all can ask questions and things like that. I don't think y'all mind doing that. And so, again, we ask you just to put the word out, so when people see it, they're not surprised, and people can come on in and, get your hands dirty, Lost Me. What are you talking about over here, Kendra? I don't know what y'all talking about, but I'm gonna leave that. Or something in the comments. I missed that because I was busy talking. Anyway, listen, we got 2 minutes left. I'm gonna get off this here. Thank y'all for tuning in so much. It's a very exciting morning. I hope that you all have an amazing start of this new year coming in. I don't know if you do resolution, whatever your wishes are for this year, I hope that you receive them. Please, please, whatever you do, stay blessed and stay encouraged. No matter what it is, you can get through it. If you're still breathing, you can still fight through whatever it is. You're not done yet. The Creator's not done with you yet. Whatever entity you believe in, that entity is still having you here, keeping you here for a reason and a purpose. Live in that reason and purpose. And with that, I challenge you today to be better than you were yesterday. Do better than you were yesterday. Do differently than you did yesterday. You have everything you need to be loved and be encouraged, and it all starts with home. So I want you to take a moment, look in that mirror, see that person in the mirror, and tell that person in the mirror that I love you. Tell that person that you love that person so much. And I promise you, it starts right then and there. And you show this entire world how you choose to be loved, how you wish to be loved, and how you deserve to be loved, because you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. So with that, I'm going to say, see you later. I'll see y'all next year. Be blessed, be good, and stay encouraged. I love y'all. Peace and love. Thanks for your support.